Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of two kiddos, one in kindergarten and the other in fifth grade, about to wrap up our school year in May. Today's video is going to be about working outside of the home and homeschooling. This video is very important to me because maybe you are feeling that tug of wanting to homeschool, but you know that you need two incomes in your household to survive. Especially right now, things are tough. So I definitely wanted to dive into a video like that, and hopefully I can help out someone who is trying to figure out their next step in the homeschooling process. So a little bit of background. We started homeschooling 3 years ago. We pulled our son, who is now in fifth grade, out of school the fall after COVID settled down. For many reasons, he has ADHD, and I was afraid that the schools would shut down again and he would be even more behind. I feel like he missed out on a lot of learning opportunities when they shut down. And so we went the homeschooling route. And now our daughter is in kindergarten this year. We knew that with everything that was continuing to go on in the school system and everything in general, we wanted to continue that trend of homeschooling. So it took us a little while to figure out exactly how to manage having two household incomes and also being able to homeschool. So for a couple of years, I worked 8:30 to 3:30 at Random House with my husband, and my grandmother would come over and watch the kids and do their homeschooling. But I knew that I would need to figure out something else, another plan, because I made the decision to homeschool. I didn't want all of it to be on her because it wasn't her decision, right? Then my mom came to me and said, hey, the pizza place that I work at needs a delivery driver. And so it would be evenings or nights, and you get an hourly wage, you get to keep your tips. Okay, I'll try it. So I started doing that, and then plus working at Random House a few days a week. But then that way I wouldn't necessarily have to work so many days there. And eventually I moved into working in the actual Pizza King store up front. And then I got trained in the back on pizzas and ovens and appetizers. The current manager that was at Pizza King decided to go off to college, and so they needed a store manager, and I kind of moved into that position because most of the other employees were under the age of 18. So I am now the store manager there, and I work 4 to 5 days a week. It depends on if somebody calls in or anything like that. It is a bit of a sacrifice because my husband works 8:30 to 3:30, and I usually work 3 or 3:30 to 9:30 or 10:30 at night, depending on the day of the week. Some days we're open later. So we don't get to see each other a whole lot, but we both know that it is a sacrifice worth taking right now in order to homeschool our kids. Is it tough? Yes, it is. Now, I'm not saying that it's not tough for a stay-at-home mom either, because you have a lot on your plate as well. But for me, in my situation, it is tough because I'm working until 9:30 or 10:30 at night. And actually this summer, the summer hours will come back. So it'll be 11:30 on the weekends that I will be working. So by the time I get home and I shower and I eat, you work at a restaurant, but you don't get a chance to eat, and kind of wind down and get a little bit of me time, it could be 12:30, 1 o'clock before I get to go to bed. So I do tend to keep the kids up a little bit later. That way they'll sleep later for me, so I can get at least a decent night's sleep. And then usually around 11 o'clock or so, we start schoolwork. And in between subjects, I try to get things done around the house. It doesn't always happen. 90% of the time, my house is a disaster. I do not get it picked up, but it's okay. My main goal is that it's not filthy dirty and that we have that 2-income household to pay our bills and get by right now. So it's okay. It will be okay if the house is not picked up. It took me a long time to get to that point, as I do not like clutter, do not like messes. But I've learned to let it go, and that's that on that end. But usually then by 2:30 or so, we get done with our schoolwork, and then I have to get ready for work. A lot of times they have to go with me because Ty is at work and I have to be at work before he gets off work. So he comes and picks them up once he is clocked out and out of the long line of cars leaving. And so it works out. And then sometimes my grandma will come and pick them up from Pizza King, or I will drop them off at her house. She takes them to the library a lot. For me, they have Lego Club and crafts and story time and all kinds of stuff in the evening. So she really likes to take them to that for me. And then that gives Ty a little bit of a break, and he can work on our house or anything else that he may need to get done that I wasn't able to get done. And it does take a lot of teamwork from the spouses. If I don't get to something, the dishes or whatever, then he tries to get to it for me so that it at least gets done. And to make it a little bit easier for me for the week, on Saturdays or Sundays, I try to put together their folders. So I have a folder for each child for each day of the week, Monday through Friday, and I try to pull out the worksheets that they're going to need for the week, make any copies that I'm going to need to make for the week, and get all of that ready to go. So all I have to do is pull it out and we can start our schoolwork, and there's no real prep work that needs to be done unless I have to put together something for a science experiment or something like that. I think that is all that I have to say for now. Hopefully that kind of gave you some ideas on how to homeschool and work. I know how important it is, and I know how important homeschooling is. So it's really working out for us, and hopefully it's something that you can figure out and make work for you as well. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time, guys.